Kev, defeat on the road, just sum up that one for me.
Of course, disappointed to lose any football match, especially coming off the back of a top performance last weekend. We've had a very good week's training, and we knew what to expect today. We'd worked on it, we'd given the information, and then it's over to the players to go and implement what we've told them and what we've worked on this week. And we just couldn't quite get to the levels that we were at last Saturday for whatever reason. I think because last week was a high intensity pressing game because of the way Gateshead played. It was a bit different today because they were a bit more. Well, they were a Route 1 football team, and we just didn't keep the ball enough for my liking. Away from home, we didn't show enough composure, and it's cost us at the end of the day. So. They never really caused us tons of issues. It was always going to be switching off, lack of concentration, and not doing your job. And that's how the goals come around. I haven't seen it back yet, but it looked a very, very poor goal from our point of view to concede. And the start of the second half, we say all the right things at half time, and we've just gone in there, and even the players saying why we start the second half sloppy. He said it's been like this for a long time at this football club, and it's something that needs to be addressed because. We know when you're away from home, the home team are going to come out and start quick. So we need to deal with it and then let the game settle down and start playing our game. So, we, of course, then you go down to 10 men. We started to lose our head a little bit, but I have to give the players some credit. As soon as we went down to 10 men, we started playing. We started to control the game. And for whatever reason, we see it all the time when teams go down to 10 men. That's the most disappointing thing, is that we started to play then. We started to be more positive. We started to get in better areas, and we were starting to get create opportunities. And in the end, we're probably unlucky maybe not to get an equaliser where Bash has had a shot. I think the lads flicked it onto the bar, and we don't get the corner. So. The disappointing thing is we showed more when we were down to 10 men than we did when we had 11 men, and that's really, really disappointing, especially coming off the back of last weekend.
How did you feel about the red card and obviously the 2 bookings in such a short space of time? Yeah,
I think, to be honest, I thought the first tackle from Tyler was a good tackle. He won the ball, and his natural momentum followed through and catched the player. Well, you see that millions of times in football. I thought it was a real good tackle, and I have to say I thought the referee was poor today, if I'm being honest, and I think he's given some poor decisions. The second one is, it probably warrants a yellow card, but the first one for me is never a yellow card, and that kind of after that the phase of play led to the goal, and so if he hadn't given the free kick, we possibly wouldn't have conceded. So it's really disappointing, but I have to give credit to the players for keeping going at the end. Unfortunately now, with what happened at the end of the game, a few of the players have picked up yellow cards, and unfortunately now we're going to be missing a player next week who's of massive importance to us.
Obviously you wanted to build on last weekend's result and haven't been able to. Just how important is it to bounce back next week with another big game at home?
Yeah, of course it is. It's always. But I'm getting, I suppose so early on here, I'm getting fed up with having to say I want them to bounce back and a reaction. I give them a challenge before the game. It's been since March last season since they've won back-to-back games, which is poor. And they had an opportunity today. I felt fairly confident that they're getting something. So, it just shows you the inconsistency, not just this season but last season. We need to put a string of results together to climb the league and build confidence. And I'm disappointed. A draw down here today, would it have been a disaster? No, it wouldn't have. Not with the game coming up next week. So, again, we need to learn. Lessons need to be learnt from today, especially when we come away to tough places like this. But we need to work hard again this week. We'll report back Monday and we go again and look forward to the game against Fylde next week.